Have you ever felt like the internet only rewards young influencers, and somehow if you're 40, 50 or beyond, you're supposed to quietly disappear? Well, a few months ago, I received an email that changed everything that I know about women in this season of their life. Because the brand offered me a $2,000 a month contract. And the reason why they chose me, it's not what you think. So a few months ago, I opened an email that completely changed the way I see women over 50 in this creator economy. And honestly, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was spam because it wasn't just a one-time collaboration that they were offering. This brand wanted to pay me $2,000 per month for 4 months with the possibility of extending the contract. Yeah, 4 months, $2,000. Possibility of extending the contract. But what shocked me the most about it wasn't the money, it was why they chose me. Because it wasn't my follower count, it wasn't a viral video, and it definitely was because I looked like the typical influencer online. You know, I'm 51. But there was one thing they cared about more than anything else. And when I realized what it was, it completely changed the way I see content creation after 40. So in this video, I want to tell you exactly how it happened, the mistake, of course, that I almost made that could have cost me this opportunity, and why women in their 40s, 50 and beyond, or in their reinvention area are rebuilding, may have a bigger advantage online than we absolutely think. And if you ever felt invisible after 40, then I want you to stay with me because this conversation might shift something for you as it did for me. Hey guys, so if you're new here, I am Shaunie, and on this channel, we talk about reinventing ourselves and living the best lives after 40 intentionally. We talk about confidence, I talk about self-luxury, living, starting over, entrepreneurship, healing, all the great things about becoming a woman that you were always meant to be. But today's conversation is a lot more personal to me because I know there are a lot of women who secretly want to create. You want to post videos, you want to build a brand, you want to monetize your story, but part of you still believe, and I know this, I'm too old, I missed my chance, nobody wants to hear from me now. And I want you to be honest. Have you ever felt that way? Because I got to be honest with you, I know I did. I surely did. And that's why, to me, this deal matters much, much deeper. It's not just financial. It's not emotional. It felt like proof that reinvention still has value. That's what it made me feel. I want you guys to know that I'm trying a new microphone and I like it, but I feel like I'm like reporting live from the scene. But let me know what you guys think, because normally I have my other podcast mic, but this mic is cool too, it's handheld. But let me know what you think. So let's get into what actually happened. I want to let you guys know, because you guys already know I don't have a large following, right? I don't have a massive audience, but I had a growing community that's very connected, very specific, which is women over 40. And what really mattered to this brand was that I was posting videos around that, you know, like my reinvention story, confidence, intentional living, my soft luxury lifestyle, and visibility as a woman over 50, and also becoming emotionally and financially aligned. So that's what my content was. And apparently this brand had been watching me for content. Well, haven't watched my content for a few months. Not one viral video, not just a trending moment, but the consistency of my posting. And they were paying attention. They were paying attention to how women responded to my posts. They were paying attention to how they trusted me, how I spoke, how I show up online. And here's what's crazy about it. When I finally spoke to them, they barely mentioned anything about my numbers or engagement. They really talked more about my story and who I was and how it really resonated with them in their brand and how it aligned. And that really surprised me that they didn't care about the follower count. Because so many creators think that follower count is everything. We get so caught up in, oh, I want to grow my followers, I want more followers. And we forget that it's not about having a large brand, especially when you're over 50 or over 40 and beyond. It's not about having a large brand. It's about having a connected community that engages with you and trusts you and really does like your content. I think that's really what it's about, and how you show up online for yourself. But this brand cared more to me about connection. They didn't care about the numbers, and they wanted someone who the audience actually listened to. And later in the video, I'm going to tell you one thing that, girl, let me tell you, one thing that I almost did that made me look less valuable to them. And we're going to talk about that, because I think a lot of women unknowingly sabotage themselves in a lot of ways that we don't know what's really happening. But I want you guys to understand that. So here's what the brand actually cared about, and it was trust. That was it. Are you trustworthy? Are you authentic? Not perfection, not being the loudest creator, and not pretending to have your life all together. Like life is just so perfect, because when you come off too perfect online, it really does look unauthentic, because nobody's life is perfect. I mean, I know mine's not, and y'all know that. But trust. And that is where everything changed for me mentally, because women over 40 naturally carry something many brands are desperate for right now, and that is credibility. People trust women who feel grounded. People trust women who kind of speaks to their lived experience, right? People trust women who don't feel performative, especially right now online. Like if you think about it, many women, I think, really underestimate how powerful that is, how powerful your credibility, how powerful the fact that people trust you, and how powerful it is that you have this lived experience that you can really monetize off of. And it's important to do that. And here's a question I want to ask you, because this is what I ask myself. When was the last time you brought something because a woman your age genuinely recommended it? When? I buy products from women who recommend things my age all the time, because they're going through exactly what I'm going through, and they're experiencing things that I'm experiencing. And brands understand that. And I think we spent too much time believing visibility belongs to the younger woman, that many women over 40 won't even enter the room because of it. And meanwhile, brands are actively seeking authentic voices like yours. Now, let me tell you something honestly, because there were a few things that was happening before this opportunity happened. I think there was a few things that were actually stopping me from getting brand deals or hurting my brands. And these things might be hurting you or stopping you from getting brand deals. So, and I think this part is important, because women over 40, I don't want women watching to think that everything was effortless, because it wasn't. Right. So here are like 3 things I think I was doing that stopped me from getting deals. And I want you to pay attention to them too. Now, the first one is going to be the good old saying of just post the content, just post the content, just post the content. Listen, that is great, but posting random content does not lead to brand deals. Because at first I was posting whatever came to mind. No clear message, and no clear audience, no clear emotional identity. And the problem with that is that brands couldn't understand what I represented. And that's key. If they can't understand what you represent, then they can't really see themselves in your content. But once I became intentional about my positioning, everything shifted. My reinvention, my intentional living. Women over 40 was the audience I'm speaking directly to. The content finally started feeling so much more cohesive and so much more aligned with where I was in my life, or where I currently am in my life. Now, the second mistake I think I made was trying to sound too perfect. And I still make this mistake sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie. I do this sometimes, because what I realized, and my friend told me this the other day, is that I have been media trained throughout the years. I'm 51 years old. So when I started radio and TV. And you know, when you do radio and TV back then, you're media trained, you're positioned, trained to talk a certain way. And I think that's what I was doing. And this one was huge for me, because I thought I needed to sound polished all the time. But then I realized something. People connect more deeply to honesty versus performative conversations. And the moment I started speaking more conversational, more vulnerable, my audience became more emotionally connected and invested. And honestly, I think brands notice that too. I think when you try to come off too polished, it can ruin your entire brand. Unless your brand is a polished thing and it's a brand that wants that. That's different, right? But I wanted to tell my authentic story, and me telling my authentic story, meaning that it's not polished, because my life is not polished. My life is messy, and my life is me just trying to get it together. So I think that was really something that was stopping me from getting the brand deals. Number 3 was waiting until I felt confident enough. And I know this is a big one. Like, this is probably the biggest one, which I know a lot of us women over a certain age deal with confidence, right? So I kept thinking that I'll show up more consistently later. I'll create seriously once I feel more confident. But here's the thing. Confidence comes after visibility, not before it. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, Shaunie, so then what do I post? I created something called my Content After 40. It's my content to cash system, where it guides you on what type of content to post, help you become a lot more confident online, give you ideas, and really let you turn your life experiences into content, and that content into income. I'm going to drop it down below if you want to get it for yourself. It is a great start to content creation for women over 40. I designed it for us. because it's our life experience is what we have as content, and that's what I designed it for. So I'm gonna drop it down below if you guys want to get it for yourself. But I know that the confidence piece is a big piece of it, because I almost let that particular insecurity make me invisible online. And I know a lot of women do. I think a lot of women are doing that right now. And because they're too afraid to show up. They're afraid of the visibility. And I want to ask you a question. Like, have you ever delayed something because you felt like you wasn't fully ready? And I know you did, because if you did, I want you to comment below, because I know I have. I know I have, girl, numerous times. Because I think we need to normalize becoming while we build. I don't think we need to wait to become. I think we need to build it and become it while we build. Now, let me tell you about the mistakes that I almost made that could have cost me this opportunity. And I know for sure a lot of women who are starting content creation, especially over the age 40, are doing this to themselves. And when the brand first reached out to me, I almost minimized myself. I almost approached this conversation like I should feel lucky to be chosen. And this is where I feel like women over 40, I think this is where we struggle the most, because we spent years undervaluing our experiences. And because I did that somewhat in corporate, I did not want to take that over into my creator kind of opportunities. I didn't want to do that. And then I realized that this company wasn't doing me a favor. That's the main thing I realized. They're not doing me a favor. They saw business value in my voice. I didn't see them, but they saw me, right? And that shifted my entire mindset. And instead of shrinking, I approached this partnership professionally. I negotiated professionally. And I think women in midlife or after 50 and beyond need to understand this. Your experience has market value. Your perspective has market value. The audience that you are building, they have market value. And once I understood that, I negotiated differently. I showed up differently. I carry myself differently. And I'm not shrinking no more for anybody. And so when this brand decided to come to me about what they were offering financially, I made sure I negotiated and got exactly what I want, because there's something this experience has taught me. And it's taught me something deeper than just how to land a brand deal. It taught me that reinvention requires visibility, and visibility can feel deeply uncomfortable when you spent years hiding parts of yourself. Because hiding is expensive, and it's expensive in terms of emotionally, financially, and spiritually. And we need to make sure we understand that. And this is where I think so many women are right now. They're sitting on wisdom, you're sitting on creativity, ideas, experience, and you're just waiting for permission. And you don't need permission. You can start anytime. Meanwhile, the internet is changing. People are craving substance, calm, authenticity, emotional intelligence. Women over 40 naturally brings that type of energy. So no, I don't think this deal happened because I became somebody else. I was authentically myself. I think it happened because I finally became more of myself, and that changed everything for me. Now, if you're watching this while secretly wondering if your next chapter can still be meaningful, I want you to hear this, and I want you to hear me clearly. You are not too late, and your reinvention does not lose value just because of your age. This brand deal wasn't just about income. It confirms that women over 40 still have influence. We are still relevant, and we still have power. And we can still change our lives no matter how old we are. We can still get the same opportunities no matter what. But we have to stop hiding long enough for people to see us. So if this video has spoke to you, I want you to comment reinvention down below in the comments, because I really believe there's a generation of women learning how to choose themselves right now. And if you're serious about creating content and you want to land brand deals and really monetize your influence, then go ahead and pick up the Creator After 40 Content Cash System. It's going to walk you through exactly how to get that done. It's going to give you the ideas you need. It's going to guide you to a path that's going to help you get monetized. But do understand that everything comes meaning like you have to be consistent about it. You can't post one day and think that brands are going to notice me. No, it's about consistency. It's about creating content where brands can see themselves in your content. That's really what it's about. And here's one of the major keys to landing brand deals that I know a lot of you women are just not doing. The reason why I get so many brand deals, the reason why I get brands reaching out to me all the time, simply because I have my email in all of my bios. If you go to any of my social pages, you're going to see my email address there. You cannot expect brands to reach out to you when they don't have a way of reaching you. Not all brands just want to reach you through a DM. Some of them want to actually use your email address and communicate with you that way. If I did not have my email address in my bio, I would not have this brand deal that I have right now. So putting your email address in your bio is key to landing brand deals. Make sure you guys do that. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for me. Now, if you have any other questions or comments, make sure you drop it down in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because this is your next chapter. And we are not shrinking through it. We are becoming through it. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video.